So this one got a little extra juice for you guys with the Illinois connection.
Yeah, there's obviously a little history between us there, so I think it'll be fun to get out there and see those guys. We'll go out there and do our thing, and there's a lot of similarities, between what we do on the defensive side of the ball, for instance. But we learned a lot while we were there with Coach Walters and then with Coach Bielema too. So it'll be good to get out there just to go out and play again. That's the big thing.
What's it like to play against a coaching staff with that much familiarity? How does that change for you guys going up against an offense coordinator
I think, there's obviously we know each other. We've practiced against each other. We've gone through spring ball, fall camp. So there's that familiarity. But, to me, in the situation that we're in right now, it's unique that we got to worry about us. We're not worried about them. We have to go out there and if whatever call's made, we got to execute the call. We got to get our guys lined up in the right positions. So, obviously we're with what we know, we're giving all that information and knowledge to our guys, but at the end of the day, it's about us right now, and we got to go out there and execute.
I talked to Coach Bielema at Big Ten Media Days, and he said how Joe Dineen was on his way to TCU. You vouched for Joe, then he talked to him, really liked him, and he ends up at Illinois, and it changes the whole trajectory of his career. What do you recall about, hey, this is a guy we need on our staff in Champaign?
Yeah, I think, I've known Joe since he was in college. I coached him, and there was something about him when I was coaching him that he had the respect of all his teammates. He never complained about anything. He went out there and did his job, and he was a pretty dang good college football player as a result of that. He wasn't on a lot of great teams, but he was able to go out there and do his job and continue to support the cause. And he was selfless, and it's just continued to grow as he's gone on as a coach. And to watch him when I brought him with me to SMU at Dallas to see where he was there, to come back to Illinois and learn from Coach B, just his growth has been unbelievable. And he's a young coach, but he's got a bright future ahead of him.
What's the key to containing the quarterback run?
Yeah, I think there's a lot involved with that, right? It's guys playing in space better. How are they getting back out of a gap? How are we containing the guy in pass rush and pass lanes? All that stuff is part of it. You look and watch college football right now. There's how many busted plays have you seen for quarterbacks running for touchdowns? And it's something that guys are going to play man coverage. It's a weakness, and we obviously understand that. We have to have spies. We have to have whatever we need to get those guys down for that type of stuff. So, I think as we continue to build this defense and have more familiarity as from the players' perspective, they understand, all right, this is the weakness. We have calls to get us in those types of defenses too, to help out on the quarterback. So we just got to do a better job of seeing what we need to see and then get it out and help it when we need to.
Arcavius talked about his lack of size, and then obviously how he doesn't care about that. And I guess if you're that tall, you can't care about it. But how does he take advantage of what he does have to offset, the fact that he's undersized probably against a lot of receivers?
I think he's like a little pit bull. I think that's part of, if you are a corner that's has some undersized to you, you have to have a certain mentality about you, and he definitely brings that mentality about him. He's tough, he's competitive, and he doesn't like it when people catch the ball on him. Which is, if you're going to be undersized, I'd rather have those guys than not. And he fights. He's gonna be with you step for step, and he's gonna fight tooth and nail to try to get that ball. So. As long as you got those other intangibles, the size part to me doesn't scare me as much.
What kind of dangers does Isaiah Williams provide, or dangers it offers a defense?
Yeah, he's unique because he's very multiple in what he does. He played quarterback in high school and in his beginning of his career at Illinois, so he's able to run the ball out of with the running back experience, quarterback experience, and he's also got great ball skills out in space where he can catch the ball and do things. And he's a competitor and he's a winner. He thrives when the ball's thrown his way. He wants the ball thrown his way, and they have designed ways to get him the ball always. So I think he's got a unique ability in space to make people miss. And I don't think he's fast, but I think he's more quick than he is fast. And you see that when he's got the ball in his hands in tight spaces, he makes people miss and he goes. So I think just his ability to win is something that you don't see in a lot of kids too.
I know you gave up 38 points last week, but were you impressed with the fight, especially the way that game started, and then a turnover and Botros takes the ball right back, and it just seemed like the team wasn't going to go down without.
Yeah, I think Yeah, absolutely. You know, our guys, to their credit, man, we've got a great group of kids that they're going to play hard, you know, and it's our job as coaches just to clean up the little details along the way. And I think once they got the feel of themselves, right, like they started feeling like this is just football, and we can just go out there and play. We don't have to worry about what the logo says on the other side or whatever it is. Like, don't let the stage get too big for us, and we can go out there and play. You know, we got a lot of new faces playing the game right now, and not just on defense, on this team. And I think once they realize that, hey, I'm just as good as these guys, all of a sudden you see confidence and everything else. And we got to instill that confidence in them from an early standpoint. And from the first snap to the last snap, they got to play with that same swagger they had starting in the third quarter, or really the last drive of the second half.